Hello gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, the First Descendant is finally here. I'm excited and stuff like that. And there have been, some little complaints I've been seeing around the community in my YouTube comments and stuff like that. And I wanted to go ahead and throw out a little guide to see if I could help you guys a bit. Or at least, this is just my recommended settings for the First Descendant. Now, when I say settings, we are specifically talking about graphical settings. If you guys want a settings video on like controls, sensitivity, or what I use or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below. Now, this is just my personal opinion. You are allowed to use any graphical settings you like and what works for you. But this is just, for me, this is personally, what lets me see the least amount of frame dips and just have a balanced picture overall. So let's be realistic, okay? The First Descendant is a looter shooter, alright? It has MMO-like features. There's a social hub here with 1 billion freaking people in it. There are giant open world zones with, people using all kinds of crazy abilities and stuff like that, and bosses and everything. Alright, there's going to be frame dips from time to time. Let's be realistic here, and especially if we're playing on console. Alright, we're console players at the end of it. We know what it is, guys. Come on, don't give me that. So, here's what I personally do, okay? I don't go with performance because on performance mode, especially if you're playing on the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5, the console is targeting 120 FPS. You're not getting a steady 120 FPS on this game on consoles right now. In the future, as they optimize things further and stuff like that, maybe we will come back and revisit this. But realistically, right now, that's going to be kind of dippy. So if you're putting it on performance and you're noticing a lot of frame drops, that's because your console is struggling to hold a solid 120 FPS. Therefore, you're going to notice a lot more frame drops. So let's be realistic and put it on balanced, where it's only aiming for 60 frames. And you're going to notice dips a lot less frequently doing it at 60 frames than at 120 frames. Now, frame generation, this is up to you. I personally keep this off. When I turned it on, things looked a little bit more choppy because, again, the console was trying to target a higher frame rate with it. I take motion blur off because that just, makes the picture look ugly. And honestly, if you're using balanced or fidelity, well, I don't think you can use ray tracing in balance, sorry. But if you decide to go to fidelity, you're just not worried about it, you want the prettiest picture, go ahead and turn ray tracing on. Give yourself, that little extra oomph. But me, basically, I just go to balanced and I turn everything off right now. Now, when the game is more optimized and stuff like that in the future, we'll revisit this, and see if performance is a better option. But if you just aim for performance and, because 120 FPS is the highest frame rate and everything, you're going to see a lot more dips. Now, let me explain to you something. Let's say, the game's targeting 120, but it keeps dipping to like 100 or 90 or 80. I don't have a frame counter on console, so I'm not sure, what exactly it's dipping to. But even though 90 frames per second is higher than 60 frames per second, you're going to notice the dips more because the console's targeting a higher rate. Whereas if you just leave it where it's running at a consistent 60, you're going to notice it less if it drops to like 50 or 55 or anything like that. So what I'm saying is 120 to 90 or 100 or something like that is a bigger dip than 60 to 50 or 60 to 45. You get what I'm saying? So play the game on balanced, turn the ray tracing and all the extras off, and you should have a pretty decent time. And this is for anybody playing on the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. If you're on Series S, yeah, I would definitely recommend probably playing on balanced or fidelity mode if that's a thing, because realistically the console is just less capable. It's a solid console, but at the end of the day, it's weaker. That's the whole reason for its price point. I'm trying to be realistic with you guys in this video, all right? Especially for my console brother. It's a new game. Unreal Engine 5 is still new tech to a lot of developers, and there's a lot of optimization that just needs to be done. That's the reality of it. So, like I said, my recommendation for now, anybody on newer gen consoles, use balance. But anyway, guys, this guide helped you. Smash that like. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.